When Jean Valjean bears Maurice through the sewers of Paris in the film, he says these words: "The pupil dilates in darkness and in the end finds light, just as the soul dilates in misfortune and in the end finds God." Lent is a time of self-examination, and so is a life that is committed to growth and change. The study in the movie this year asked us to be open as we respond to the story and the characters, and to consider the true meaning of forgiveness, of love that keeps no scores or records, of hurts or wrongs, from a turning away from darkness as we experience grace, and through and in that transformation, how we might bring hope to others. What is hope? To hope is to anticipate, to dream, to desire, to long, to await for, to trust, to contemplate. Javert, the policeman, lacked hope, and that in the end was his undoing. He could not allow change within his fixed universe. He could not even contemplate the possibility of forgiveness or that the law could be flawed in any way. For Hugo, the author of Les Miserables, he focuses in the book on the wrongdoings that should be recognised and corrected, and of the great political imperative. His book is set against the troubled history of France in the first half of the 19th century, and social justice is part of the backbone of the book and the essence of some of the characters. In Isaiah, we read of the promises of return from exile for God's chosen people, and we strive as the people of God to be lights in the dark world, being purged of sins to receive a new contrite heart. Valjean and Javert are in constant confrontation, and in the background we see very clearly in the movie the tragedy of the people and the conflict among the rich and the poor, law and injustice. Hugo tells a story about transformation and how a world can be transformed by individuals working together in love, hope and even sacrifice. Javert is a symbol of a downtrodden and defencelessness in society who needs a voice, and the cost of self-sacrifice in the name of social justice and salvation is that he is brutally slaughtered. For Maurice and Cosette, they are transformed through their love for each other, and Valjean understands it is time to let go of his fatherly love for Cosette so she can grow into her own person. But it is in the character of Jean Valjean that we really experience transformation. The bishop's forgiveness, compassion and kindness transforms Valjean spiritually by that act of grace and the implications of it. To fully receive grace, one must be changed by it. I'm reminded of St. Paul on the road of Damascus and his enlightening transformation and faith conviction. Hugo's theology at the time of writing the book was conservative, orthodox, Roman Catholic, hence his view that a price must be paid to be redeemed. Think of Fantine, she dies and pays the price for her mistakes so that Cosette may prosper. Valjean's sin is a moral choice for staying free or speaking up, lest an innocent man be condemned. Grace is symbolised in the silver candlesticks he keeps to remind him of the bishop's kindness, and this in turn gives him wealth and status. Grace keeps knocking at his door, and Valjean flourishes in his transforming life experiences. The best-known scripture for homecoming is a parable of the prodigal son, and it echoes a spirit of reconciliation and forgiveness, which Valjean knew well. What is forgiveness? Mercy. What is grace? Generosity, kindness, charity, pardon, prayer, blessings, glory and favour. What is redemption? Salvation, deliverance, liberation, release and atonement. And what is salvation? Redemption, deliverance, restoration. We have redemption and salvation through the death and resurrection of Jesus. As we move towards Easter, can another story begin for us and those around us? I think so. Lent 5, Redemption and Salvation. Amen.